do not have to wait until you're an expert to start your podcast. In fact, starting before you fully built your business might actually be the smartest thing that you can do. In this episode, we are getting all into it. Welcome to the Podcast Café, where we're serving up everything you need to know about podcasting, from tips, stories, and strategies for podcasters from podcasters. I'm your host, Hayleigh Hayhurst, the founder of Espresso Podcast Production, a full-service podcast agency helping business owners, creatives, and thought leaders launch and grow their shows. Whether you're just starting out or want to take your podcast to the next level, this is the place for you. Each week, we'll dive into practical tips, actionable strategies, and of course, stories from other podcasters so that you can build up a podcast that you love and that works for your business. So grab your coffee, get comfortable, and let's get started. Welcome to the Podcast Café. Hey there, welcome back to another Espresso Shot episode of the Podcast Café. These are your quick hit episodes designed to energize your podcast strategy in just under 10 minutes. And just like I said in the intro, we are getting into something that I think everyone needs to hear. You do not have to be the expert to start your podcast. In fact, it's probably the best thing that you can actually do for your business. I talk to so many business owners who tell me that they're waiting for their offer to be perfect. And for those of you listening and not on YouTube, I'm using air quotes when I say that, before they launch their podcast. But what if your podcast is the thing that actually gives you clarity? What if you built your platform as you build your expertise? This is something I see again and again with my clients, and this is actually what you'll hear about in tomorrow's episode with Christy Johnson, the host of the Dream Biz podcast. But think about your podcast this way. If you're waiting to be the expert before you launch, how can you be an expert if no one knows who you are or what you believe in or the background that you have? A podcast is the perfect place to prove that you're the expert. Share your thoughts. Not everyone is doing that. That means that you have all of these audio examples of your work. For Christy's case, she knew that she wanted to start a coaching business at one point. So she interviewed people. And by the time she launched, she had like 100 episodes where people could go and listen to her being the expert. So when she did launch her program, it was like a no-brainer for people to go. They already liked, knew, and trust her. The truth is, people trust consistency and presence. Presence meaning how you show up and the fact that you show up. If you're showing up, sharing what you're learning, staying visible, you're already positioning yourself as the leader in your space. You don't have to know everything. You just have to be willing to say, hey, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I believe, this is what I'm exploring, ... Get into it, and this is how expertise is built. On a tactical level, because of course you know I love all of that, podcasting can become the backbone of your content for your business. It gives you weekly material for social media where you can show up as the expert. Email marketing, you could show up as the expert. Blog posts where you show up as the expert. Lead magnets where you can show your expertise. And client education or just education on the topic, again, where you can become the expert. So it's not just about getting to talk into a microphone, it's creating a ripple effect for the value that you have to share. So I'll leave you with this, because you know these are my short episodes. If you've been waiting until you have a signature offer or perfect niche to start your podcast, this is your sign to start now. Share what you're learning and let your audience grow with you. If you want real life examples of this, don't miss Christy's episode tomorrow in the Podcast Café. She shares how her podcast evolved through multiple rebrands and helped her stay consistent and ultimately became the foundation of her coaching business. You're definitely going to want to hear this one. So until then, keep showing up, keep growing, keep putting your voice out there, keep learning, and keep podcasting. Thank you so much for joining me in the Podcast Café. I hope you're leaving with fresh ideas and inspiration to take your podcast to the next level. Remember, podcasting is a journey and you don't have to do it alone. I'm here to help you every step of the way. Let's connect. Be sure you follow me on Instagram at Espresso Podcast Production or visit espressopodcastproduction.com for more tips, resources, and behind-the-scenes insights. I'd love to hear about your podcasting journey. If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you're feeling extra generous, I'd love it if you could leave me a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It helps more podcasters just like you find the show. Until next time, grab your coffee, keep creating, and I'll see you back here in the Podcast Café.